Today is the full supermoon in Aries. So, what about the supermoon? What makes it unique? Well, let me grab a tic tac and I'll be right with you. So, this supermoon is an opposition between Aries and Libra. Both of these signs are cardinal, so they initiate the seasons. Whenever the sun travels through Aries, it initiates spring. Whenever the sun moves through Libra, it initiates fall in the northern hemisphere at least. So these two signs, when the sun and moon form an opposition, where our conscious awareness, our ego, and our soul emotional needs and instincts are opposite each other. So on an emotional instinctual level, we want to be bold, we want to be brave, we want to put ourselves out there, we want to be extroverted, we want to go after what we desire. And on a conscious level, we really value harmonizing and collaboration and relationships and peace and everyone getting along. So that is the dance between Libra and Aries. Aries is independence, go get 'em, high charged energy, and then Libra is at worst codependency, but it deals with relationships. It deals with how we show up to serve, to be in relationship with somebody else. How we are trained into this world, nature versus nurture. This is the way that you should act. These are the rules that you should follow. This is the things that you should do because Libra also rules over societal expectations. It rules over the justice system and law and all of those things that are fair and just. And so Libra is all about how you went to finishing school and how you learn to act in certain ways. You know, showing certain manners at the table, certain decorum acts, um, certain ways of how you should present yourself to sort of get along and to be in society, how maybe sometimes expressing your authenticity isn't the way to go, like to smile, to ask people how you're doing. All of those social graces are ruled by Libra. And anyone with Saturn in Libra, now Saturn's exalted in Libra, would really place a strong emphasis on social graces. And so anyone with Saturn in Libra, where Saturn is considered exalted in astrology, really develop a discipline and a hard work ethic through manifesting. And through manifesting our own goals and what we desire and the things that we can create, we really need to be in relationship. According to Libra, life is a relationship. No one is an island, and we are all social creatures, and we're all meant to be in relationship with one another. And Libra is the sign that brings us back into balance and it gives us the tools of how to be in right relationship. But when it comes to Libra, one of the downsides of this particular sign is codependency. It is people pleasing. It is being the yes person and choosing to put issues below the surface of what is conscious living because you don't want to address those issues because you don't want disharmony. And so when it comes to Libra, it can get so wrapped up in the other where we lose ourselves and our identity. And that's where Aries comes in. Aries is your individuality. Aries is the person, the sign that goes, well, I am coming into this relationship for these reasons, for this criteria, for these particular motives and intentions and personal desires that I want for this relationship. On the other end of the spectrum, Aries can be negatively destructive, self-righteous, impulsive, aggressive, and it can sort of push people away from its life because of just plowing through without considering how your actions will affect the other people in the world. It's all a balance. And sometimes Aries can be too self focused that it can turn into selfishness and it can hurt relationships. Now, as you can tell, I'm not trying to put Aries down because I am an Aries. And we need to balance out the two signs. As much as we want to balance these two signs out, the North Node right now, which is where we should be heading, our destiny, our spiritual evolution point of growth is in Aries. So we are moving away from codependency, wanting other people to like you, so you cover up your truth and put on a mask. And we're moving towards Aries, which is sovereignty, it's autonomy, it is being strong in who you are and having the courage and having the self worth that you can have the life that you want to, and you can have the things that you need, and you can have your desires be into physical manifestation. So this moon is wild, it's uninhibited, it's not making aspects to other planets, so it's really doing its own thing. Now, we have a Venus square to Uranus also on this particular day, so what this means is that Venus is what you love, it's what you value, it's what you find beautiful in life. It's your pleasure center squaring off with Uranus, which is about revolution and sudden change. It is the great awakener of astrology. It is that planet that says you need to wake up to be who you are, and sometimes you need to make changes that are more in accordance with your truth. And so when Venus square Uranus, there may be some, when Venus is square Uranus, there may be some sudden realizations of relationships that block your freedom, or where you need personal autonomy and liberation in your relationships, because love has to be in tandem, in right relationship, and in right balance with freedom. And so that's what the Venus Uranus square sort of teaches us, is to put in some new stimulus and some excitement in your relationships and change, if need be, within your relationships. So it's a very, very interesting energy. And of course, I go talk more in depth about this aspect and this full moon. I discuss it in my astrology for the week horoscope, which you can view on my channel. So, astrology for the week of September 24th through 30th. So, after this lunation, we're moving into eclipse season. Eclipse season is going to start with the partial solar eclipse on October 14th in Libra. And then we're going to be having a lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus on October 28th, about a month from today. So you can tune in, follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for information and content about those two lunar events. Thank you for watching. Bye for now, everybody.